Hi everybody, we're here at the Jet Turn factory in Zhuhai, China, and I'm going to show you through this 56 that's just getting completed. You'll see that there's some things that aren't quite done yet, but it's mostly completed, about 90%. This boat's going to Europe, so it's not a Selene Americas boat, but it's a really pretty boat, really nice boat, and it's a good opportunity for you guys, for me to give you a tour through the 56. So come with me, let's go take a look. I'm standing on the swim platform on the 56. You can see it's pretty good width here. We have some staples, two staples that are removable, as well as a nice handhold here. So when you're back here, you have some nice handholds walking around on your swim platform. Underneath us here, I'm not gonna pick it up, but underneath us is a swim ladder. So come aboard, 2 steps up, and we're in the cockpit. Standing in the cockpit here on the 56, this version has 2 tables, so with a split down the middle. So you've got nice size tables back here. You get a nice little settee. You get a nice cabinet here with an opening door and 4 drawers. And again, remember, this boat is still being worked on, so you'll see worker shoes, and the teak deck on this hasn't been sanded yet and finalized and finished. Let's go down into the Lazarette. I'm in the Lazarette on this 56, and this is a twin engine boat, so you'll see that it's set up with twin rudders, twin steering gears. Single engine boat will have a single rudder right here rather than these outboard rudders and steering gear. This is the Optimus steering gear system. I'm not exactly sure which system we're using right now. Dylan's the expert on that, but you can see it's nice and easy to get to. Behind me in this cabinet, this particular boat has a water maker and a hot water heater with some electrical equipment back there. On our future boats, this is probably going to be all the electrical equipment. We're going to move that water heater forward closer to the heads in the galley, so you don't have as long a run. And we'll move the electrical equipment, all the Victron equipment we're using, into this cabinet. On the back wall here is the Victron equipment, the battery charger, and the inverter, and the MPPT controller, and some other electrical items. Behind this cabinet doors, this is the chiller unit, the Webasto chiller unit with all the hose distributions. This is a control unit for the Webasto. The heater unit for this is behind the wall there that I'm not going to open up and show you, but it is behind the wall. So it's unbelievable how quiet this is. Super, super quiet. So the only thing you'll hear from your air conditioning unit is the air handlers in your own room. That'll be blowing some air. This boat happens to be a lead acid boat. It's not one of our boats, as I mentioned, but they do have batteries over here. I think we're going to end up with batteries, lithium batteries. We'll be putting in the starboard side lockers. And then let's see what we have behind here. Just a locker cabinet. And then just point out the dripless shaft seals on the rudders. These are tides, and we have a emergency bilge pump manual right there as well. Inside the salon, one of the first things you really notice is all the big windows and how open and airy this salon is. This salon, it's a 56, so the difference between the 54 and the 56 is an extra 1.5 feet here and a foot out in the cockpit. So this settee is longer, You can actually lay down on this full length. And on the other side, you have an option of either having a settee, having 2 barrel chairs that you can pull out and bring up to the table, or you can have storage over here. So that's all customizable. But one of the really cool things that I love about Howard and his design on the salon and interior work is this magic table. You've probably seen it. I've talked about it before. I'm going to show it to you again. So you slide it out, you take the leaf and you flip it over, and then you slide it back together. So 10 seconds and you got your table expanded. And they do a great job of these inlays. So they take this Northern Star that when it's collapsed, it's a single star, and they make 2 stars out of it. So it looks really cool. Now I'm going to show you how to put this table back to the smaller size. Just pull it apart. Take this, flip it over, and then slide it back together. I'd buy the boat just for this. It's pretty cool. All right, what else we have in here? Storage all over the place. Storage underneath the settee, storage behind. Everything's finished. Well, that goes out to some, I think that's a fuel fill. There's more storage here, all finished. More storage there. Everywhere you look on this boat, there's storage. I did a video on storage on one of these boats, and I think in the master stateroom, there were 38 storage spots. Pop-up TV over on the side here, and then a little bar for the galley. As we move forward, let me point out the recessed ceiling and recessed strip lights behind it. Makes really nice ambience and really pretty, and gives you a little bit more head height in the salon. Even though I'm 5'8", here it's probably another 8 inches, so it's probably 6'5", 6'6" headroom here, and then you get another 3-4 inches up here. So lots of headroom, really open and airy. And then let's go into the galley. When you're buying a new boat from us and from Selene, you get to choose your countertop materials as well as your floor materials, as well as your wood interior. This is a teak boat, and you get your choice of teak or cherry or oak or walnut or mahogany. So teak's absolutely beautiful. We've been doing that for a long time. In the galley, we've got a full height fridge and freezer. This is a Vitrifrigo. I'll open up the fridge for you. So you got your fridge here, and then you have 2 drawer freezers. So you got nice refrigerator and freezer space. There is an option to add another set of these 2 drawers on the other side of the salon. If you want more refrigeration or freezing up here. There's also in the Lazarette or Commissary, you can also add some fridge and freezer. And I'll take you into the Commissary on this boat and show you the freezer down there. Going through the rest of the galley here, cabinetry overhead. I'm not going to open up every one of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sets of cabinets overhead. Behind me is an Invection microwave, which is really nice. This is a Siemens. You get to choose. We've been putting in Miele, a lot of Miele appliances. And as we work our way down, this is a Force 10 stove. We don't use this stove on our boats. We use home appliances, mostly Miele. With most of our boats we're doing now are lithium. We're using induction cooktop and then electric oven with air circulation, so convection. Behind here is nice big storage. You get a choice if you want to put some shelves in, you can do that. This is access to some space that this is the only way to access it. So it gives you extra storage room here. And then we have the double sink. This one happens to have a garbage disposal in it. You can have that, that's an option. And then as we move our way around, this is just access to more storage from the top. Nice big space down there. And then storage, under sink storage. Lots of room down there. And a little space to hold your sponges or Brillo pads or what have you, toothbrushes, whatever. Working our way around, you have your trash compactor. Really nice spot for it as you're working on the galley or galley countertop or at the stove. You need to throw things out, it's right here. And then next to it is your dishwasher, a 24-inch Siemens dishwasher. And then a set of 4 drawers here. I won't pull each one of them out. This one's full with porker stuff, but there's 4 really deep drawers here. Across from the galley is the pantry. Starting up here, we got some glass cabinets. You can keep nice crystalware or what have you in these cabinets. Really pretty good size in there too. And then in the cabinet here, there's just tons of storage. And you can set this up with shelves or pull out drawers or whatever you want. Sets of drawers here. I won't pull each one of these out, but they're really deep. So keep your appliance or your silverware or knives or what have you in here. And then another big cabinet with tons of storage. And we allow you to design this as you want with different size shelves or drawers, however you want it. This is a typical layout. So with this pantry over here, you get tons of storage for all your canned goods and all your pots and pans and all your other food and knives and utensils and whatever you've got. Plenty of storage here. As we go up, I want to just point out the new treads that we're doing, these stainless steel non-skid treads, which are really pretty, really nice and durable. Storage underneath the stairs. If I said it once, I've said it a million times, these boats have storage everywhere. More storage. This is really deep storage here underneath the Pilothouse settee. Handrails coming up. Nice, beautiful handrails. Come on up to the Pilothouse. We're in the Pilothouse, and there's some cushions that have just been delivered, so you can't really see the whole thing, but give you a good idea of the Pilothouse. We have doors on either side. They're both French doors. Those are standard, although if you don't want them, we can do a one piece. Nice L-shaped settee with a pilot berth behind. So if you have 2 people and you have somebody that wants to be sleeping while you're on watch, there's a pilot berth for them. The settee is raised, so you can actually sit in the settee and see forward, which is really cool when you're underway. And then storage again. Over on this side, drawers. And there's 3 of these drawers going down. Then there's more storage underneath here. We don't waste any space. This is big storage also. And then there's a little storage under the step there. And you can see the thickness of the wood. It's just incredible. It's got to be, you know, an inch plus thick. All solid teak, all beautiful. And then over on this side, we got electrical panels. We are doing some modifications on these, get them a little bit smaller, having some sub panels around so it's easier for the user to be switching things on and off. We'll have like a navigation sub panel with one switch, so when you go to turn your navigation on, you'll just be flipping one switch instead of flipping on every switch for the MFDs and for the autopilot and everything else. It'll just be one switch. So trying to make things simpler, easier for you guys to use these boats. Across the helm here, to start with a Maxwell chain counter. This is the side power Schleppner stabilizers control, wiper control, spotlight control. This is a Garmin display that'll show you your rudder. This is your steering display that also shows your rudder, and another Garmin display. We're not fitting Garmin on our boats. We're fitting Furuno on all of our boats. We think it's you know, a good choice. The autopilot is a lot better on the Furuno. And then this boat has two, I think they're 17-inch Garmin displays. And on these boats, you can fit two bigger 20 or 21-inch displays, or you can fit three of this size display across. Let's see what else we have. Balanced stern thrusters, side power. We're fitting electric balanced stern thrusters on everything. And then the controls, again, this is a twin engine, so we were doing just, most of our boats are single engine. And then this is Dockmate. So this is a controller, remote controller. So I can use my balanced stern thruster or also twist the boat. It'll use the engines to twist, or I can actually go forward with the engines or reverse. And it also has anchor control on it. So nifty little package. You gotta be a little careful with these, because when you're standing this way, everything works right. When you're standing this way, everything's in reverse. So you need to turn it around. Anyways, really cool. Compass, and then overhead we have all of our analog digital gauges for the engine, kind of a backup. We network it into the MFDs as well, so you can get engine information here, but you got analog backup. And this boat has two generators, so these are the generator controllers. This, I believe, is a Victron display, so you have electrical display here. And this is a controller for the Skyla for the battery charger, Victron battery charger. So lots of stuff going on up here. And last, up above, this is a status panel with all the alarms that will tell you if there's a bilge alarm going off. It'll also tell you if the lights are on, running lights, and then you can kill the alarm if you want. You can mute it, test it. There's test. So pretty nice. And that's your boat. It'll have your name on it and the size of the boat and the silhouette of the boat. So really super nice. Let's go outside. Let's go up to the bow. I'm on the Portuguese Bridge, and I've talked about it before, but I'll talk about it again. We have reverse rake windows. That means they're pointing the opposite direction of a regular window. And there's a lot of advantages to that. The biggest advantage is at night you don't get reflection from your instruments in the panel, and you can actually see out. Really cool. They're also protected underneath so you don't get rain on them as much. They shed the water faster. They're really cool, and they look cool. Makes it look a little bit like a workboat. Exalto wiper system, three of these, and they're twin arms, so they make a nice sweep here. You can control each one of them individually. Under here we got storage, lots of storage. And then on this side, further outboard, there's even more storage. I'm just leaning on the railing here, and I need to mention to you, we have upgraded the handrails on these. All the stainless work is done here at the yard. And we've upgraded to oval handrails, so it's a little hard to see, but it's really nice to hold on to these. It's a lot easier to grab them, and it is a round rail. So that's standard on all our boats now. Let's go up to the bow. As we go up, I'll just show you a little bit more storage here underneath the Portuguese Bridge. And then on the foredeck, we have a nice settee right here. Fits 3, maybe 4 people facing forward. It's a cool place to hang out. You can get a sunshade with carbon poles. If you want to use this when you're at anchor and hanging out, it's pretty cool. And then behind me, the traditional Selene Samson post, telltale. Every one of our Selenes has it. Not only looks cool, but it's really functional if you need to tie things off. And behind us is a windlass. This windlass is not our standard. This has 1 chain gypsy and 1 rope gypsy. Our standard is 2 rope gypsies. And you got space for 2 anchors. We like the Ultras. The Rocknas won't fit on this because of the roll bar, but there are some other options, Mantis and a few others that we use. And then down in here is our chain locker. And we have a little shelf up here so you can throw stuff up there and actually use that space. And you can access it from the other side as well. And just a little storage here. And then on this side is salt and fresh water. We're doing a little work on the drainage for the anchor, dirty anchor water that comes up. Right now it drains into the locker. We're going to be diverting that so it goes overboard. But we're continually making updates and upgrades on the boats as we find things that can make these boats better. I'm going to take you up to the Flybridge. It's 6 or 7 steps up. Nice big heavy duty handrail. The sliding door hatch is really nice, really sweet, easy to slide. Stainless steel with windows. We'll start over here on the starboard side. This is a fridge and freezer. That is an option, as well as electric barbecue. You can have a propane barbecue if you want. These people chose electric. And then some storage underneath. Nice big storage. And under here you have a sink. Sorry about the dirt. Again, this boat isn't quite ready, so just please bear with us on a little bit of dirt around here. And then more storage. Going forward to the helm on the Flybridge. This boat has 2 chairs. That is an option. One is standard. You get a great view. I can see the bow of the boat, the end of the swim platform there, no problem. Nice, comfortable chairs with armrests. And then all your instruments up here, of course, your throttles and your thrusters, balanced stern thrusters, Garmin display, the autopilot. There will be a compass that goes here. This is a chain counter. This is the spotlight. Then more Garmin equipment. This is your stabilizer panel. This is your Fusion stereo. And they have a small screen up here, and then all the analog gauges. And then we still have some older things still on the boat. This is for a chart. If you wanted to place a chart under there, that's an option. We're basically getting rid of it on most of the boats, but some people still like that. Behind me is a nice big L-shaped settee. Normally the settee stops here. They decided to extend it, and you get this huge L-shaped settee with 2 tables. So you can access the settee between the tables, so you can fit 2, 4, 6, probably 8 people around this settee. It's huge, it's really nice. And then one step down and we're on the back deck, and this back deck is big. It's really nice. We use a steelhead 1,500-pound davit as our standard davit. We don't recommend anything bigger than that. It is a 56-foot boat. It's not an 80-foot boat. But these steelheads are great davits. This particular owner has a dinghy and a jet ski, so the chocks were made here for those. As we move back, you'll see the life raft holders. This is standard. On one side, you can add the second one. Life raft is additional, but you can choose your life raft. And again, we have these oval handrails up here, and we have three layers here of rails, which is really nice. We've also, on some of our 54, 56 boats, we're starting to put the davit back here in this corner, which allows you to launch on the port side or the stern. And just point out the hardtop, and these canvas is for full enclosure on the boat that we're getting made for this boat right now. Nice lighting in the hardtop. And then this is our new style bow leg. Old style is just a single leg. This is a little bit more elegant with the Selene logo. I'm gonna head down to the lower deck, so come on down with me. As we go down, I'll just point out a few things. There's some storage up here. There's some storage back here. And there's a flat space right here. And Howard has decided that he's going to give all of his buyers a Howard Chin original painting of the boat, which will live right here. There's a little art light above it. It's really cool. So you buy a new boat, get a Howard Chin painting. Forward stateroom. This is a queen size bed, and it's pretty much standard on all of our boats from 45 up to 60 or so. This room pretty much stays the same. It's really nice. You can get up on the bed from either side. Lots of storage. All of the closets are cedar lined, so they smell really good. And yeah, there's storage you get, and I mean, I say it over and over again, storage all over the place. These are kind of small, but we don't waste any space on storage. Foam mattresses, nice foam mattresses. Storm covers on the port lights up here behind the door. And I haven't pointed out yet on this tour, but if you look at these doors, these solid wood doors, they're amazing. Really nice, high quality handles and hardware. And then behind the door is a TV, and this is an option. You can either have that or not. You can use this to put artwork or a TV. There's an opening hatch over the bed. That is an emergency exit. There's a ladder behind that little door up there. If you had to get out, there's a spot to get out. Also standard is these ocean air screens and blackouts. So that is standard, super nice. I'm in the guest head. I'm gonna step into the shower so you can see the size of the shower. So there's my arms out. I'm 5'8", so it's probably 6'2", 6'3", and here there's a nice seat. There's these nice little stainless bars here, so you can put your soap and shampoo and stuff up here and it won't be sliding off. And the shower handle, of course. In the head, we have these round sinks. It's kind of a new, modern, contemporary style that sticks out a little bit. Again, you can select your countertops, and we use Tecma heads on everything. And you have an opening window here, and you have an opening port here. So 2 opening ports. So good ventilation. Getting air conditioning blowing on me is pretty nice, and then some storage up here as well. Into the third guest stateroom. This is 2 bunks. The upper bunk you can pull out and put the inserts in. So you get a bigger berth here, which is really nice. Or leave it in, give the lower berth a little more room. And then on this side, we have a desk with lots of drawers. Little bookcase above it, and then some storage up on top. Nice deep storage up there. And behind me, there's more storage. All around. Drawers. Behind the door is a hanging closet. This particular boat has a combo washer dryer. If you do separate washer dryers, that's where one of those units would go. So you wouldn't have that hanging locker. And then outside in the hallway is access to the combo washer dryer. Now we're in the master stateroom, and this stateroom's great. It's nice width. It's a full queen size bed, center line. Your head is right at the middle of the boat, so when it's a little rough out, you have the least motion possible with your head sleeping down here. It's really comfortable berth. Looking around, starting at the top, we have some recessed lighting up here. All this detail work that the yard does. It's just beautiful. All these curved corners and edge work is really nice. This is air conditioning grate up here, so the air conditioning comes out. Headboard, you can choose your materials and the size of your headboard. It's nice to have a cushioned headboard. You can put mirror up here, or you can have artwork up here, whatever you want. I'm going to go over to the other side. This is all storage over here. This one's full right now, but cedar lined, hanging locker. And then nice cabinet up here. And of course you can put a shelf in here. We'll take you through the boat towards the end and detail out the shelving if you want to put more shelving in. And then this cabinet here has drawers, as well as some storage. It's not too deep here because the hull comes down, but there is some storage there. And then back here, there's more storage. We're actually reconfiguring this, so this will be a bigger area and a hanging locker. And then on this night tables on either side, they're the same size. We're talking about putting charging pads here, so built in, so you can just drop your phone on it. TV on the forward wall up here, that's an option. You can either do it or not. You can leave this as a blank wall. It's a nice place to put a nice big piece of art if you want to do that. And then I'm going to go into the master head over here. In the master head, Tecma toilets, they're the best. These round sinks that are half out, really nice. And then storage here, nice big storage there. Storage underneath the sink, storage on top, good-sized storage up there. An opening port here. Then I'm standing in the shower, the master shower. It's a little bigger than the guest shower. There is a port light in here, which is nice, and a seat as well. And this door closes, and there's actually a lock here. If you're underway and you want to keep it from swinging, that'll lock it. It's nice, thoughtful. The door opens, and the faucet and shower wand is over here. All this is gel coated and polished, so to keep it clean, it's pretty easy. It's easy wipe, so you don't have any wood in here that's getting moldy or anything. Let's go into the engine room. This is a twin engine, so a twin engine and 2 generators. So it's going to be a little packed, but come on in, we'll show you around. This is a deep hull, so I am 5'8", and I'm standing up, full stand up for me, 5'8". That's about the limit on this, is about 5'8". Any taller and you'll be crouching a little bit. Twin engines is a 4-cylinder John Deere's. We have the stainless rails around both engines, which is standard for us. On the forward wall, we have your fuel filters. There's a dual fuel filter for each engine, as well as a dual fuel filter for each generator. Easier to get to. We got the Reverso fuel polishing system up here that goes to the manifolds, so you can polish your fuel tanks. We're doing some day tanks on a lot of our bigger boats, which is pretty cool. And then your sea strainers right here. Your stabilizers are outboard, easy to get to. These happen to be side power Schleppners. We're using CMC on most of our boats, but they're electric, so they don't take up much room. Overhead, this is another way to access this area. This is in the galley. So if you have somebody sleeping in the master stateroom and you're underway, you need to access it, you can access it here as well. Pretty nice. All right, let's move on back. All right, behind me is, I think this is a 20 kW generator, 16 or 20, I'm not sure. And I think that one there is like a 6 kW. So this owner decided to put in 2 generators. And then behind me is an electric hydraulic pump. So you can run these stabilizers, no speed overnight without having to run the engine. On the back of each engine is also another hydraulic pump. And this is a hydraulic tank. Now what we're trying to do on most of our boats until you get into the 72s and up is running everything electric. So all this goes away. No more hydraulic tank, no more hydraulic pumps, except for the hydraulic get home, which runs off the back of the generator. That's the only hydraulics on our boats. Behind me is the exhaust going out, start battery, electrical battery switching remote, all silicone hoses that we're using. Yeah, it's really nice in here. Oil change system, Reverso oil change system right there. All of our bonding is done nice and neat. It's really, really nice right here. All the bonding wires go to one place. Yeah, nice, clean, easy to get around engine room. And if you can imagine this with one engine here rather than two, you just double the amount of space that you have in the walkways. You'll have it on either side, actually probably more. And then one generator, get rid of the second generator. Probably put the water maker here rather than in Lazarette, make it a little easier to access. But two engines, twin engines, still lots of room. Cool, let's go in the one spot I haven't shown you yet. That's gonna be the commissary. I'm gonna show you the commissary. I missed it earlier because I just don't remember it all the time, but it's really cool. It's under here. So this is a storage area that just gives you extra room for things that you don't want downstairs in the engine room or forward. So come on down, follow me down. We're in the commissary. It's a little tight down here, but it's got tons of storage. Behind me is just access to the muffler exhaust and the water pump for the air conditioning and the muffler for one of the generators. It's the same thing on both sides. So just nice, easy access. And then here, you see, we have this huge storage area. You can see how deep it is, almost my whole arm length. So when you're going on a long trip, there's lots of space down here to store food or spare parts or what have you. And then more storage here. And then behind you, we're gonna switch spots here. Behind us, above the freezer, is more storage. And then 2-drawer Vitrifrigo freezer. You can make this whatever you want, fridge or freezer or accommodation. So lots of storage. And then behind me is kind of the same thing as the other side, muffler, access to some pumps and some strainers. All right, so that's the tour of the commissary. We're gonna wrap this up. I'll take you back outside on the swim platform and wrap it up. Thanks for joining us on this tour of the Selene 56 Classic Explorer. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Wayne Goldman, Selene Americas, signing off. Contact us anytime you want, either info@seleneamericas.com or wayne@seleneamericas.com. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Meet us at Trawler Fest. We'll be at all the Trawler Fests and Annapolis Power and Sailboat Show. So come along and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.